Hello. Today I want to take you through writing an expert advisor that will watch for trades that you place through the terminal, and if you don't add a stop loss when you enter the trade, it will add one for you automatically. This tutorial is for MetaTrader 4. There is a separate video for MetaTrader 5 and I'll put a link in the description to that video. I have the MetaTrader 4 chart open here. I've got a Euro USD 1 hour and an Aussie USD 4 hour. And here's the expert advisor that we'll be writing. I've got both charts open so that I can show that you can load this onto one chart and it will run on both charts. So I'm going to load it onto the Australian dollar chart here. The default stop loss is 500, so this means that I'll be applying a 500 point stop loss to any trades that I place on any chart at the moment. So run that, and that's running. So now if I just go over to the Euro US 1 hour chart, I can place a buy trade here, and then I can see that a stop loss has appeared down there. I think if I place a sell trade, you should see that on screen as well, and there's the sell stop loss appearing. So the expert is monitoring for new trades appearing, and when it finds one, it's placing a stop loss for me automatically so that I don't forget to add a stop loss to my trades. So now we can go into the code and see how this works. So to start, I'm just going to open the MetaTrader 4 editor by clicking this icon. Now I have the editor here. I already have a folder called Orchard. There's nothing in there at the moment. I'm going to create a folder for the auto stop loss. And now I'm going to right click that and select new file, and that will bring up the wizard for an expert advisor. Next, I've already filled in my author and copyright information. I'm calling this auto stop loss. Next, next, and finish. Now after using the wizard, I have the MetaTrader 4 editor open here with the expert advisor template that's been created. I've closed the navigator window to create more space on screen, and I've also removed a lot of the comment lines and unnecessary things that the template added. But you can see I've got the key items here, the on init, on dinit, which we don't need for this example, and on tick. Now the first thing I need to do is specify how far away I want to set the stop loss from the trades. So I'm having an input here, type integer. I'm calling that imp stop loss points, and I'm setting that to 500. This is going to apply, as I said earlier, across all of the symbols that you have running. If you think that 500 is not suitable for all symbols, then maybe you want to build something in here that limits it so that it doesn't work on certain symbols, or maybe even limit this to only running on the charts where you have the expert advisor running. But as I'm building this expert advisor will look at all trades that you make across any symbol. I don't need to put anything in on init or in on dinit, so I could remove those, but I'll leave them here because I like to have them there. Next thing, in the on tick, I want to make sure that this doesn't keep looking at all trades you have. I want to give you a time where you can remove the stop loss and know that it won't be replaced. I'm just going to write code in here that sets that at 30 seconds. So the first thing I need to do is calculate a time of how far back this expert advisor is going to look. So I'm declaring a date time variable. I'm calling that check time, and I'm just setting the time current minus 30 seconds. If you think 30 seconds isn't long enough, make it something bigger. Then I need the standard loop to go through the orders. So I'm declaring a variable of type integer. I'm calling that CNT, and that gets the orders total, which is the total number of open orders that I have. And then I'm looping through those orders with a for statement, declaring an integer I, and I'm counting backwards. So I'm beginning at count I, or I'm beginning with I equal to count minus 1, as long as I is greater than or equal to 0. So 0 will be the last index that I get to, and counting down with I minus minus. And then I need to select each of those orders so that I can work with them. So I have here the standard if order select, position I, select by pos, so I'm selecting by position, not by ticket number, and I'm looking at mode trades. The other option here would be mode history, but I'm looking at the live trades, so I'm looking at mode trades. Next, I want to check that these are the trades I want to look for. So first thing I'm checking is order magic number. Every trade has a magic number. Expert advisors can set that magic number to something, and that's used so that the expert advisors know which trades they've placed, so the expert advisor can only work on its own trades. I want to use this with trades that you place manually through the screen with the trade entry techniques, and so all of those trades will have a magic number of 0, because placing a trade yourself, not using an expert advisor or a script, you can't set the magic number. So that will be 0 on any trades that you've placed directly through the terminal. So I'm saying if order magic number is equal to 0 and order stop loss is equal to 0. So I'm only looking for trades where you didn't set a stop loss when you opened them, and they will have an order stop loss of 0. And then I'm also looking at order type being order type buy or order type sell. So I've got this and, so it has to be a magic number of 0 and a stop loss of 0, and a type has to be buy or an order type has to be sell. There are 4 other order types. There is buy limit, buy stop, sell limit, and sell stop. Those are pending orders. I don't want to look for those now, because I will pick those up when they actually turn into a buy or a sell. And let's just move on to the next statement to see that. Here I'm checking the order open time. Remember I mentioned this check time would let me only look at trades that are opened in the last 30 seconds. If you place a buy limit or buy stop or sell limit or sell stop order, when they eventually convert to a buy or a sell, the order open time changes. So this expert advisor will pick those up, but it will only pick them up when they turn into a buy or a sell. So if order time open time is greater than check time, so I'm only finding orders in the last 30 seconds, then all I have to do here is calculate a stop loss. Now I have to calculate this on each trade. I suppose I could go through once and calculate it for all symbols, but I'm calculating it once for each trade because the size of that stop loss is going to vary depending on the symbol for the order. So I'm multiplying the input stop loss points by symbol info double for the order symbol, not the chart symbol. This is the order symbol. So this is the symbol for the order that I'm currently processing in this loop. And I'm getting back symbol point, which is the size of 1 point for that symbol. So size of 1 point multiplied by the number of points that we want to set the stop loss. Once I have the stop loss size for this particular order, then I need to calculate the price so that I can modify that. And I'm using the ternary operator here. This question mark and colon are the same as saying if this condition, then I'll do that, and that colon would replace the else statement. I just find this a little bit more compact and easier to read. So I'm saying if it's an order type buy, then the stop loss is the order open price minus the stop loss value. Else, and since there can only be a buy or a sell, then this must be for a sell, then the stop loss price is the order open price plus the stop loss. Once I have that, I want to make sure that that stop loss price is a valid price to enter. And there is this function normalize double, because if I try to modify the stop loss price and I've got an invalid price for that symbol, it will simply fail. Normalize double will make sure that it's a valid price. And I'm passing in the stop loss price that I calculated here, and I'm normalizing that with the number of digits for the symbol. And to get that, again, I'm using the order symbol, the symbol info integer function, asking for symbol digits. So this will tell me how many digits are valid for that symbol. And I'm just casting that to an int here. This will come back as a long, and because this normalized double takes an integer, I'm just casting it to an int to avoid compiler warnings. And then the almost last thing we need to do is simply order modify. So order modify, passing in the ticket number with the order ticket function, the original open price with the order open price, and the new calculated stop loss price, and then the order take profit with the order take profit function from the existing order, just in case you've already set the take profit. So this will keep it as was. And then the order expiration, although for a buy or sell there should not be an expiration, you can't have one, but I'm passing it in there anyway. Now the one thing left to do, this returns a Boolean, and the compiler will issue a warning if you don't check that. It's just one of the things built into the compiler. I like to have my code compiling without warnings, that way I can look through when I do a bulk compile for any errors or warnings. So if they generate a lot of warnings for things like this, it just becomes a nuisance for me. The easiest way to remove that, I'm not going to worry about checking it, you probably should, but I don't need to check it. All I want to do is suppress that warning message. So I'm simply going to convert this into an if, so if, and just add one bracket in front there, and then close the bracket for the if statement, and I'm just putting this bracket, that simply is an empty statement. It means this is a valid if statement. It suppresses the compiler warning but does not do anything. And that's everything. I'll just run the compile, and that compiled without errors, so that's all good. So this will run every time there is a tick, so you should be placing this onto a chart that has reasonable activity so that you get ticks on a reasonable frequency. It will look at all orders placed within the last 30 seconds, and you can change this if you like. If you want to eliminate certain currencies, you could put a statement in here after the order select where you test that the symbol is within the range that you want to look at. Or if you want to limit this to only the chart symbol, you could put a simple statement here to say if order symbol equals symbol. But for my purposes here, this will look at all trades that you place on any symbol. But you only need to run this Expert Advisor on one chart because it looks at your entire account. And that's everything for the MetaTrader 4 version of this. There is a MetaTrader 5 version of this same video. I will leave a link in the description to that if you're interested. If you like this video, if you got some value from it, then please click the like button. It helps us when you do. And if you want to see more of our videos, click subscribe, and then if you click the bell icon, you'll be notified when we release new videos. Thank you for watching.